My name is Mitz Bandera. I'm a trainer and a martial artist for a long time, and this is...
I'm Montana Sacchetti, and I'm one of his students right now.
She actually qualified for a world event in Ireland, and that's where we were a couple of weeks ago, I believe.
Yeah.
And do you want to tell them about the achievements?
Well, I competed in 3 events, and in my form event and my weapons form, I ended up placing 5th in both of them.
Awesome. Okay, and the competition there, just as a reminder to everybody, it is a world-class competition, so it's not just like an ordinary tournament. It's people from all over the world. There were countries there all over the place, and the competition level at that is not compared to the local tournaments because it's just local people. It's a high end, and it's the best in the world. That's what it really comes down to. And being a trainer, working with Montana for a little while here, I've just seen the acceleration in her performance in terms of the martial arts and in terms of attitude. So I'm really happy to go down with her and be part of that experience. So Montana, when you did your fan, which was the first one, we were actually warming up, and can you tell them what happened with that?
We were warming up, not even in one of the rings, just out by the doors, and a man came by and he just knelt down and started taking pictures while I was doing it. And I noticed him, but I kept going. I was like, oh, whatever, he's probably just for the tournament. But we found out the next day when some people from Scotland came up to us and they said I was in the newspaper, the Irish Times, and a big, huge picture like this, and I was just warming up and some guy just did that, so yeah.
Yeah, she made the second page of the Irish Times, and the picture is not just a small picture, it's just huge. And it's on the second page, which is, a lot of people saw it. Actually, we were informed about this before it actually got into the newspaper. Somebody texted, or I believe they sent it over, and we actually, Mom and I and Dad went down to the stores and tried and find some of these papers. I think we got 8 or so. But that was a great achievement.
Yeah, it was something different to be in a different country and make the newspaper, so.
I believe it was because of the uniqueness of the fan.
Yeah.
Like there were a lot of bow forms, a lot of weapons in terms of swords and stuff, but she was the only one that I saw, and I believe, that had a fan in the form patterns, which is great. And also the pattern where you did in the Korean style.
Mm-hmm.
That what you want to tell them about that one too?
I competed in Korean style with a Changbong form, and I was the only person in my category who competed with that style of form, and it was kind of cool to see all the different types of Korean forms. I didn't know there was that many different types, and it was just an experience to see all the different ones.
Awesome. And on the competition with the fighting, we actually had some people also help us out with some of the, in terms of the movement and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you've come a long way since you worked with me, and then when you came down to Ireland, we had a little bit of sparring session. You want to tell them about that too?
With my sparring, I had met this girl before in Ottawa. Her name's Tiana, and we ended up working together after our fight just to kind of like feed off of each other and just work our skills against each other and just to improve, and I think that really helped.
And we actually brought her into a warm-up ring, it's called, before they actually compete, and they actually did some sparring together, and I gave them both pointers, and we just kind of relapsed how it was going to look in the actual event.
Yeah.
They did great because they were the same size and they knew each other, and the combat was great, and they were learning from each other, so the skill level was pretty much the same for both of you, and I'm glad that you actually met her and were able to perform that. And then she went out to sparring. The event itself, there was, I don't know the numbers, I believe, maybe your mom knows, I don't know how many competitors there were. I don't know if you know that or not.
No.
But I'm guessing around 500, 550 from the looks of it. And there were 7 or 8 rings set up for doing that, and they were on foam, of course, and you're used to that. For the world tournaments, you want to tell them how you
you have to go to provincials, so it's all through WKC, World Karate and Kickboxing Commission. So they're the one that hosts the international tournament. So in order to go to that, you have to start at provincials, and I think the top 6 from provincials go on to nationals. Nationals is in Ottawa, so the top 4 from nationals get to go to internationals, which was in Ireland.
And do you want to tell them about how you qualified for that? Do you want to tell them about the event? And where was the event actually? That got you to Ireland.
In Ottawa. That event was the one that got me to be on Team Canada so that I could compete in Ireland. So I came in the top 4 in all my events in Ottawa. I came 2nd in sparring, 4th in weapons, and 3rd in normal form.
So that qualifies you to be not only go to Ireland, but on Team Canada, which is also something that we had lined up for, I believe at the end of the week, you were sparring with the Team Canada against Team USA.
Yeah, Team USA, yeah.
Okay. And that one, the first 2 girls, they were actually, because what it is 3 people, individuals, and when I used to compete, it actually was accumulated points. What they've changed since then is if the first 2 fighters lose in terms of points, then the 3rd fighter, that being you, does not get to fight. But in my time of fighting, and maybe it's just with that organization,
I'm not sure.
It didn't matter what the points were, like even if it was 20-0, if I was the 3rd person in, I would still get to try and beat that points. So that's what's different about that.
So unfortunately, because the 2 people on my team who fought before me both lost, I didn't get to fight in the team sparring. But it's nothing you can really do about that. So. No,
and the other thing about the other team too is what about the weights and stuff?
I don't know why, but for some reason my age group for the team sparring was an open weight class, so you could fight anybody, any weight, it didn't matter. So like in the other team events, it was the lightweights go against the lightweights, the medium go against the medium, and the heavyweight go against the heavyweight. But in ours, you could have any type of weight in a 3-person team. So the team we happened to be against were all heavyweights, and our team was all lightweights. So I think that was also part of the reason why my team didn't do so well. But
yeah, and I noticed that too, that they were mismatched in terms of size and ability, because I'd heard some of the fighters had MMA kind of training.
Yeah.
And it's probably great that you didn't get in there with them. But it was a great event, and they finished off with the finals on Friday. You were there. I was not there. Do you want to tell them about that?
The finals on Friday was really neat to watch. We got to watch the adult males team fighting, and just from seeing how that worked out, because it wasn't the weight class either, the smallest guy on Team Canada, he was probably, I'd say 5'4", 5'3", short little guy, and his name's Robbie, and he ended up beating a guy who was like 6 feet tall. And just to watch that was really neat, because you know he has a higher skill level, because it's hard for somebody so much smaller to win a fight like that.
And how were the forms and stuff like that? Did they do those as well?
Yes, they competed in form. The form was really intense. I saw a few open ones that were really cool, because they just made their own ideas and they put it all together themselves. So it was really neat to watch, like, see other people's ideas kind of flow through their form. I thought it was neat.
Great. Do you want to tell me about some of the, after the tournament, you and your mom spent a week there. Do you want to tell me something about that?
Yeah. Too? After the tournament, me and my mom got to tour Ireland, because we decided we wanted to, since we were already going to go there for the tournament, we wanted to see as much as we could and see all the sights. So I thought it was really cool. I would love to go back to Ireland, so hopefully the competition's there again in a few years.
And you went to a certain gym afterwards. You want to tell them about that?
Yeah, me and my mom went and visited Conor McGregor's gym in Ireland, and I thought that was super cool, just to see how he trains and see the people there that he knows and the success that gym has brought him. I thought that was really cool.
That's great. I know when I was training in the gym at the hotel, there was 3 people on the wall in murals: Bruce Lee, Muhammad Ali, and Conor McGregor. Being from Ireland, I don't doubt that that's why he was there, but it was just great to see them, because of course Bruce Lee is my icon. Muhammad Ali is also somebody I admire. And then of course Conor is alive today and still rocking and rolling. Myself, being a trainer as well, I'm working out of Ian's gym, the Krav Maga Center. That's where
That's where I've been training.
That's where Montana's been training. It's a great gym. It's just down the street over here. And also, with the Tae Kwon Do, I'm not teaching that anymore, but I helped Montana
Yeah.
as much as I could with what she did, and she did a great job. And I just want to say that from the first time she came to me to Ireland, she has just changed like 100%. She's just grown. It's just great. And it's great to be part of that affiliation, and also proud to be her coach.